Hi there, Chris from Stone Age Gamer here, and welcome back to Stone Age Gaming. Today I want to talk about this fella. This is Mario, you probably recognize him. But when I was a kid, Mario looked a lot more like this. This is an old 1980s action, well not really an action figure, figurine of Mario, and this is a current day Mario amiibo. Now, Mario, no matter how you slice it, is pretty weird. When you think about the logistics of the Mushroom Kingdom and all the power-ups and it's weird, but it's great kind of weird. You know, who doesn't love the Mario universe? It's a lot of fun. But man, when I was a kid, before they kind of leveled him out and figured out exactly what Mario was supposed to look like and act like, Mario had a little bit more freedom to be even weirder. And well, there was a lot of weird Mario merchandise that went along with it. So I thought it would be pretty fun. With Super Mario Wonder coming out and it's looking to be pretty focused on the weirdness of Mario, to look back on a simpler time when things were even more weird because, well, I just don't think anyone was paying a lot of attention. Let's take a look.
Okay, let's talk about weird Mario stuff, and we're going to start with this. It's a thermos. Now, truth be told, this is not just Mario. We've got Mario, and we've got Zelda on the back. This thermos was originally part of a lunchbox set, which I don't have the lunchbox for. I just have the thermos, but I am such a fan. Look how weird this is, right, Birdo? Not so weird. Bomb? That's an interesting face. That is a, oh no, what? Bezo, that's it. That's a strange looking Bezo, looks very sad. But look at Wart. This is like some weird amalgamation of Wart and Bowser, which is like incredibly strange. I love it, but it's the most ferocious I've ever seen Wart, which is pretty wild. So there you go, Super Mario Brothers Thermos. Next, let's stick with food-themed items, which is this Happy Meal. This was a Super Mario Bros. 3 Happy Meal that Laro and Tail? Yeah, I don't know. Somebody filled this out. A friend of mine gave this to me. He was cleaning out someone's house, and they were getting rid of this. So this is the box that the Happy Meal came in, and then I've got these little cards here. I actually don't remember where this one came from. I don't think this came in the same... that came with this. Somebody else had given this to me, which I thought was pretty cool. It looks like one of the cards that they would put up on display in some sort of thing in the McDonald's. And then this is a cool little, I don't know, pamphlet-looking thing, which is kind of neat. It folds out and has a bunch of advertisements for Mario 3 and Nintendo Power, of course, because Nintendo Power was the coolest. You can't overstate how big Mario 3 was. And this game was everywhere when it came out, which was nuts. But that's a pretty cool thing. Not super weird, but interesting enough to show off here. Like it's got the little map for the desert world in the back. It's pretty nifty. All right, what else we got here? Okay, these are Nintendo-branded Super Mario Bros. Little Golden Books. Now, I actually did a whole thing on this Perilous Pit one. If you haven't seen that video, feel free to check it out. But there is some really interesting off-brand art in here, including this wonderful picture of Mario just going to town on some mushrooms and stuff. This is a really, really strange book. With some really interesting, there's Chonky Bowser down here, artwork. But this one I actually got since I made that video. This is Super Mario Bros. 3, The Secret Bridge, which is, again, just chock full of really fascinating off-brand artwork. Like, faces aren't looking quite right there. Where's the one I'm looking for? I mean, there's something really unsettling about this position for Luigi, but this one, look at this. The Koopas are in the background just screaming, and these guys are having the time of... Look at Luigi's face. They're just having the time of their lives, just roasting these Koopa Troopas. They're having such a good time. These little golden books are so bizarre, and so... like, they're almost on brand. They're pretty close, but they seem to be a mix-up between, like, original game art and the TV show. Like, that's totally Super Mario Bros. Super Show Bowser, or King Koopa, as he were, in that one. But everything, God, look at how wrinkly his mouth is. This is so weird. These are awesome. I'm so glad I have these. There's a Zelda one too, where he's going after a Moblin again. That seems to be loosely based off of the cartoon. There's absolutely nothing on the back of these things. It's just solid colors. So there you go. Some Super Mario Brothers Little Golden Books. Speaking of the Super Mario Bros. Super Show, it's the Super Mario Bros. Super Show. I was obsessed with this show when I was a kid, and somewhere, I think at a yard sale a few years back. I picked these VHS tapes up of just like hosted live by the Super Mario Brothers and special guest stars, Great BMX Race and Mario Meets Koopzilla. And this Mario Meets Koopzilla one, I remember being kind of racist in the beginning, but what wasn't back then? Let's see. King Koopa has eaten Dr. T. Garden's secret weapon, Super Sushi, and has been transformed into the huge monster Koopzilla. This show was so much fun, and these tapes actually still work. I tested one of them out earlier. This one's interesting. Check this out. The label was fallen off, but it's got some sort of message written on it that I can't understand. It's like, yo, what's up, homie, something something. Like, I can't read it, but it's neat. I love little things like that when you find things that are secondhand. Something that was once personalized to some degree. There you go. But yeah, Super Mario Brothers Super Show on VHS. No better way to watch this masterpiece of a show. Look at that. Look at that art. It's amazing. Can't get any better than that. Thanks, Deke Video. Good times. All right, here's a weird one. Super Mario Brothers themed Dixie Cups. These are official Dixie Cups, 5-ounce kitchen cups. Although I don't think I've ever seen these in kitchens. I feel like my friends all had these in bathrooms. I don't have one of the dispensers. I would very much like to have a dispenser for these things. But man, look at all these cool prizes that you can win on the back. You can win an action set, a t-shirt, this thing, and what is this? Oh, it's the videos. Look at that. It's the videos we just looked at. But none of these are those, are they? Is that the Koopzilla one in the middle. I can't really tell the other ones from here. Oh, maybe that's the BMX one there, right? The second one in from the right? Yeah, maybe that is. Well, that's cool. Wow, there's the whole Super Mario Brothers cartoon video library. But yeah, this is a friend of mine gave me these as well. This is it's full. It's got the cups in it. We'll take a look at those in a second. I'm just taking a look at the outside of the box with the blue Princess Peach dress on the outside. This very interesting artwork. It almost looks like someone tried to color this in with a crayon, but as far as I can tell, that's not the case. This is just the way this was printed, which is so weird because, look at her dress. It totally looks like somebody colored it in with a crayon, but if you look at it, if I can get the right shine on here, I can see it here. There's no crayon on here. That's just the way this is printed, which is super weird. All right, let's see what the cups look like. I think there's a handful of different ones, so I'm just gonna grab a stack and let's see what we got here. We've got, man, look at these things. Mario leaps over a spiny problem created by Lakitu. Boy, look at that spiny. That's pretty cool looking. Yeah, look at him go. There we go. Let's see what we got here. What's next? Boing. Oh, he's punching a Goomba who doesn't seem at all bothered by being punched, but the Koopa Troopa's running away. Oh, if Little Goomba and Koopa Troopa stand in Mario's way, boing. Oh, I get it. It's like a little comic strip. Isn't that cool? What do we got here? Oh, Super Green Bowser. Bowser is Mario's last battle before reaching the princess. And he's on a dock? What? What? Why is he on a dock? And what is this? Is this supposed to be smoke in the background? That's really weird. That doesn't make any sense. Ah, some Mario 2 business. Let's see. Eat all your vegetables, Tri-Clyde. And there's good old red Tri-Clyde. I hate that they turned him blue in Mario All-Stars. That's always bothered me because he was so cool looking red. I always loved Tri-Clyde. Yeah, look, I'm just tossing a vegetable. There you go. Nice Mario 2 representation. What do we got here? It's another Bowser on a dock. Let's see if we're going to get any unique ones here. Seen that one already. Seen that one already. I feel like there's... here we go. What? Look at the Cheep Cheeps. What is that? What is that? Underwater enemies are no match for Mario's fireballs. Again, I ask... what is that? I've never seen a Cheep Cheep look anything like that. That is wild. Oh, I love it. I think that's it. Is this, yeah, the Lakitu. And, oh, this is a different one. Ooh, what do we got here? We got Shy Guys. Stand back, Shy Guys. I'm off to the rescue. What? Doesn't make any sense. But okay, you got 3 Shy Guy artworks. Super Mario Brothers 2. So that's Mario 1 Mario. And these are Mario 2 Shy Guys. So they're just taking every asset they can find and mixing them up. And this looks like a different one. It looks like a Bullet Bill. Hey, look at that. It is a Bullet Bill. Mario hits the deck as Bullet Bill whizzes by. Man, look at that. That is cool. All right, I think we've seen them all now. I feel like that's a pretty good representation of the Super Mario Brothers themed Dixie Cups. That's all. Look at these clouds. They're so happy. I love it. Super weird. Love them to death. All right, next is one of my favorites. Boom, figures. All right, I was so into these things when I was a kid, and I'm still missing one. I have to track down. I think I'm only missing one. There's one where Mario's holding a hammer, Donkey Kong style. But like, these are, I guess they're kind of like rubbery. They're really interesting little figurines. Now, finding Super Mario action figures when I was a kid, that wasn't a thing. This is like what I had to play with. So I would play with these all the time. And they're like slightly off-brand, but they were pretty good match for the artwork that was available at the time, right? So here's Mario climbing a beanstalk, like a vine, like finding the bonus levels. We've got Mario throwing a meaty-looking fireball, which I always like this one a lot. This is a super cool one. We've got Mario jumping on a Koopa Troopa that's very green, but yeah, he's ta-da, jumping right over him. They're very well designed, top to bottom. He's looking off to the side. He seems concerned. I like this little guy. Then we've got Mario pulling up a radish or a turnip. This is a turnip. Radishes are smaller and redder. I know things about vegetables, but yeah, there we go. Mario doing that. Very Mario 2. And then we got Princess Peach, or Princess Toadstool as she was known back then. It's pretty solid. Her face is a little off, but all things considered, not too shabby. She looks pretty good. Then we got Luigi here, doing his Luigi run thing. Not too bad. And that was a really great matchup for this Mario. This was always I think this was my favorite one, honestly, because this, yeah, just the classic Mario pose holding the mushroom goes well with the Luigi there. Pretty good. I love these little guys, but these were, same company, I think, also made these things. Now, I did a video on these before. These are technically trophies, but they're like these little mini dioramas. And I always thought they were incredibly cool. I did a whole thing on weird video game trophies I have, and I think I covered these in that. But I'll show these off again because they're some of my favorite things. There's a whole line of these, and these are the only two I've ever had. Tracking these things down now, especially in like good condition, is extremely rare. But there's a whole bunch of Punch-Out ones and Zelda ones. I would love to track these things down because they are so cool looking. They're so weird, you know? Mario's got no whites in his eyes. It's just but you can tell that the eyes are all like actually embossed in there. Oh no, my blooper! He fell off. So this actually comes right out of his back there. It's not supposed to, but it can. So that's one of the reasons these things are so hard to find in good condition, because they do actually just kind of fall apart. The glue just comes undone. So there's a closer look at this one, and then this is the one where he's running away from a weirdly orange Bullet Bill. I don't know what that's about, but he's coming out of the grass here. The grass is kind of sticking out of the bottom a little bit just because it's old, and his gloves are turning pink because the paint is disintegrating over time, but it's all still together, and I never wrote a high score or anything on it, and there you go. Super Mario trophies. Again, there's so many more of these, and they're all so awesome, and I wish I had them, but they're incredibly expensive on the aftermarket, but still ridiculously cool stuff. Speaking of my favorite stuff, it's the Super Mario Brothers board game. I did a whole other episode of Stone Age Gaming on this thing as well, where you can see this in depth, but I can't make a video about weird Mario stuff without showing this off, at least the artwork. We've seen Peach in blue, now we've seen her in green with brown hair. This board game is awesome. The board comes in 4 pieces. It's got all these cards with wacky artwork. I love this thing so much. Go check out that video if you're interested in more about the Super Mario Brothers board game from Bill and Bradley. All right, next up we have these. These are greeting cards from Nexoft. These are fascinating. I found these in a whole bunch of different packs at, I think, Too Many Games. Somebody was selling these. We've got Feeling Lousy is for the birds, get well soon. And it's tweeters flying around a very sick Mario who's still got his hat and socks on, which is pretty wild. You make me feel like a princess. How cute. We've got, I'm going to save that one. This one's wild. All right, so let's see. Call me anytime. I'm all ears. Hooray for Mouser. Look at that. Awesome. Mouser's so cool. Mouser and Tri-Clyde and Fry Guy, all the bosses from Mario 2 were so cool, and I'm so sad we never see him around anymore. You and I are 2 of a kind. Hooray for, I mean, Ninjas didn't always come in pairs, so this doesn't make a lot of sense, but okay, why not? It's a card with a Ninja on it. I'm bugging you to have a great birthday. Hoopstar, I think that's what those guys were called. Gotta love that. Anything Mario 2 is great. Wondering how I stay busy while I'm missing you? Don't worry, I'm finding plenty to do. He's fighting flurries and tweeters and bezos and vegetables. He's having a good time, except he seems really worried about it. We already did this one. They came in these 3 different packs, so I have a couple of duplicates of these. But this one here, oh, this is a classic. Hats off to a good friend. Yeah? What? I know in the old cartoon, Toad, this was a hat, but it's always like goes back and forth on whether or not this is a hat, but there's something particularly disturbing about this little fella right here. He just looks so strange. Oh, man. So these are super cool. Nextsoft, good job with your weird greeting cards from 1989. All right, speaking of celebrations, we have some Super Mario Brothers themed napkins from Paper Art. It is an official licensed Nintendo product. I've never opened these. I have to assume they're all the same. They look like it if I look through here, which is why I've never bothered opening it. But yeah, that's some absorbent Mario business right there. Look at his very blue eyes, and the balloon is a little slightly different colored there. Just happy birthday. I don't know, like, it's weird. What do you do with something like this? I'm not going to use them because that seems like a horrible waste to use something that's so beverage napkins, so unique, but like, I guess you just don't see Mario napkins around all that often. Well, now you have. There you go, Mario napkins. Enjoy. And what about air fresheners? Yes, this is a Super Mario 2 air freshener. I have no idea what this smells like. I'm not going to crack it open to find out. I did this with Mega Man air fresheners once that weren't nearly this old, and they had been sitting in their packaging for a long time, and they smelled pretty funky when I got around to it. Let's see, air freshener. Use it in the house, office, or car. Use it anywhere, wherever a pleasant aroma is desired for an odor or an odor problem exists. What is this, like, what's it supposed to smell like? I'm so curious, but I can't bring myself to open this thing. From 1989, this has got to be that's really something. But that's Mario 2 box art, right? With that kind of radish. It's good times. Turnip, not radish. Now, this is a very recent acquisition. I just got this earlier this year. This is a Super Mario Bros. 7-piece decorating kit, ideal for windows, walls, and doors. This is another one I can't bring myself to open, mostly because you can see everything just in the packaging itself. But boy, look at this thing. Look at this Scared Blue Cheep and, Luigi artwork. This is all just official artwork I've seen around. I feel like I'm not familiar with him in the hang glider. I don't think I've seen that one around. But, like him in the race car suit. Oh, see, here we go. Look at that. We got Mario about to conk Mouser, who is weirdly tiny. There's that same Bob-omb we saw earlier on... What did we see that on? Something over here. We saw that little Bob-omb somewhere. Oh, it was on the thermos. Good old cowboy Mario with a gun, just ready to shoot somebody. Mario with a heart, angrily throwing a shell over a piranha plant at Birdo. This is bananas. And then, of course, this we've seen this one around. That was used all over the place back in the old days. But yeah, 1989, just a whole bunch. It looks like it's just these two things. So I can see everything without having to crack it open. So I'm not really going to open it. This was made by Eureka, the Paper Magic Group from Troy, Pennsylvania. Wow, way to go, Eureka. Extraordinarily cool stuff. I can imagine I would have loved to have my room decorated with this stuff when I was a kid. All right, next we have the Super Mario Brothers Nightlight. This, you can see the packaging has melted and come apart, but if I line it up, I can kind of read this stuff here. Neon Nightlight operates for only pennies per year. What? That's crazy. And there's absolutely nothing on the back, but here's the closer look at the Nightlight itself, which is pretty cool looking when you really get right down to it. And I do believe it actually works still. I'm going to do a cutaway, and I'm going to plug it in and see if it still works. And then I'll just cut back to here, but I won't know if it works when I did it because I'm doing it now. So yeah, there it is, Super Mario Nightlight. This is one of my favorites. This is so cool looking. And it's got a really interesting texture. Like, considering how old this is, or how old it must be, this is definitely at least 89. What am I looking at here? Oh, this is 91. Look at you. Well, still, that's still pretty darn old. And the fact that it's in, nothing is really degraded at all. The paint and everything is, just looks wonderful. So that's a real win. I love this one. My friend Ferg gave this to me. He's a super awesome guy, and I really appreciate him giving me this Nightlight because it's awesome. Okay, we're almost done here, and I can't guarantee that these are both Mario-related things, but I got a couple of these trading card packs that I figured we could take a look at, right? So we've got Nintendo game packs here, right? This is the less interesting one, because this one, we'll get to that in a minute. This one here is actually already kind of technically opened. The wax kind of came apart, but I've never looked inside of it, so let's see what's inside this pack of Nintendo game pack with top secret tips. 3 scratch-off cards and 2 stickers. Well, that sounds exciting. Let's see what we got cooking here. Okay. I see Mario 2, so we're already on brand for the weird Mario stuff. Oh my god, look at this thing. Look at that. That vaguely resembles the Mario 2 box. That is straight up redrawn. Like, the proportions are all off on this. Look at his face. Oh my god, that's so weird. I love it. It's got a tip for a different game. It's got a tip for Mario 1 on the back. Hit the flagpole when the timer ends in 1, 3, or 6, and you'll get fireworks for extra points. Ooh, thanks, weird guy. Oh, look at that. We got Little Mac punching King Hippo right in the stomach. That is so cool. Oh, okay, so the tips are just for all kinds of random stuff. If you're Super or Fiery Mario, a nifty way, wow, nifty, to bypass dangerous enemies is to let them hit you. For a brief time, you'll be invincible and can slip by. I guess that's a strategy. I don't know, that's a good one. This just looks like it's got you could scratch these away for some reason. I'm not sure what the point is. Oh, let's see what it says. Scratch off first area, left side of the card, until you uncover arrow. Then move to the next scratch off area, right side of the card. You can't win until at least 1 arrow and 2 levers are exposed. I'm not sure that sounds entertaining, but thanks, Tops. What? Double Dragon? That's out of nowhere. Look at this. It's just a random Double Dragon thing in the middle of all these Mario cards and Punch-Out. That's so cool. What do you have to say about Double Dragon? Find 2 elevators to win. Okay, so it's just scratch these things off. And then we got a Super Mario Brothers 2 one with a bunch of stuff growing out of a log. And this is just another little scratch-off minigame thing. Okay, that is neat. These cards are so cool. I used to get these when I was a kid, but very few of them. The local place I used to get cards from there was a Wawa when I was growing up. I think only had these like once or twice. So I really didn't see too many of them around. These are incredibly cool. But this guy here, this definitely got something to do with Mario. These are Donkey Kong trading cards from 1982. I was 1 when these cards came out. That's crazy. #1 video game. Look at this artwork. Look at Mario and Donkey Kong and Pauline. We've got 3 rub-off cards, 3 stickers, 1 stick bubblegum. That's what's interesting, because the gum is still in here. And I've never opened this, and I'm totally gonna open it right now to see what this gum looks like. What year was this from? Is there a date on these? I'm so curious if there's a date on these ones. Topps Company. Oh, but this is 89. Okay, wow. All right. Well, let's see what was cooking in 1982 for Donkey Kong Bazooka Bubblegum. Oh my god, this gum is going to be... It's not powder. I can already feel it in here. It's not powder, but... All right. It's, there we go. I love this already. I don't want to rip anything, because, like, this is incredibly cool, so... Oh my god, look at the gum. It is so foul. Ew, that is so gross. It is just rock solid. Ew, I should really throw out the gum part of this. I feel like it's been historically preserved on video, and I can safely throw that away, and it has definitely discolored the cards, but let's see. Honk if you play Donkey Kong. Get him right in the car. You big ape. Is that supposed to be Pauline kicking him in the butt? I don't know, that's weird. Oh, always loved this artwork. Here is what your completed red bordered Donkey Kong picture will look like. Collect all 15 sticker backs of Donkey Kong Picture B. Oh, look at that. You could get them all together and make a big poster of that. Oh, that is so cool. Look at these little mini sticker things with all their funny little faces on them. That's pretty neat. That's another... Wait. Oh, so I got two of the same one in the same pack? Ah, boo to that. Oh, and look, they're still doing this scratch-off nonsense. Look at this. We've got the same exact thing going on as they did several years later in these other packs. That's hilarious. And, yeah, these are kind of boring to look at. Okay, well, there you go. That's what's in the Donkey Kong pack of cards. God, that gum looks horrifying. I need to throw that away. That needs to be out of our lives for good. But there you go. Cool trading card packs. And the very last thing I want to show off is this. I got this at it was at those, like, the book fair at school, and for some reason I thought this was the coolest darn thing in the world. And as you can see, it has been through a lot. I took this with me, like, I played with it. I don't even know what I did with it, but this thing was, like, always around. It's got a please do not disturb, but I just always loved the thought that I could put a thing on a doorknob. Sorry, Nintendo game in progress. This is just being held together with electrical tape because the top of it fell apart. I got scotch tape all over the place here, barely holding this piece of plastic together, which was very white when I got it, but much like a Super Nintendo, has been slowly yellowing over the years. But God, I can't even begin to put into words how much I love this. I think I did one on the calendars, the Nintendo Power Game calendars, a long time ago. I did a video on those, and those I also got at the book fair. But man, between the calendars and this dumb thing right here that I love with all of my heart, this was like my favorite thing in the world to have on my bedroom door when I was a kid. I just thought it was the coolest thing. And there you go. That's my collection of weird Mario stuff.
And there you have it. That is my collection of weird Mario stuff from the 1980s. Now, there's a lot more, I'm sure, that I don't have. There's all kinds of weird Mario merchandise. There's these bed sheets that I have wanted ever since I was a kid that have all this really cool Mario and Zelda stuff on them. There's those boxes, there's like treasure chest looking boxes that have some Mario artwork on them. There was a Punch-Out trash can that I feel like had Mario on the other side of it. I don't know, my cousins had it, but there was a ton of this really awesome, really weird Mario merchandise back when I was a kid, and, well, this is the stuff that I've amassed thus far. I would love to get my hands on more, but, you know, time and money are limited, as is space. But there you have it. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you like what you saw here today, please follow, comment, like, subscribe, share it around, and let us know down in the comments what is your favorite weird Mario merchandise, particularly from the 1980s and early 90s. Like, I love that era of Mario so much. But if you've got anything super weird that you would like to share, please let us know either on our social media or down here in the comments on YouTube. We love hearing from everybody, especially when it concerns strange old Mario merchandise. That's it, everybody. On behalf of all of us here at Stone Age Gamer, keep playing games.
The grand prize is milk and cookies with... Gosh, that ale. Of course, there's a bunch of other consolation prizes that'll be announced next month. Hey, I know we're going to win. I just don't know what we're going to win.
You asking me? Oh, I look like a fortune teller.
Fortune teller? That's it! Someone who can look into the future!
You're on the money, Mario. Come on, look it up. What we got?